I think a huge benefit of talking to God is being able to express your true self, your true wonderings, your true desires, your true whole person, and what you truly want. Unjudged. It's within you completely. You don't even write it down if it's too personal, right? But it's your true 100% self. I think that is important. And if you're trying to be authentic, it's important so you can go to your true self, who you really are, your true daughter of God, or whatever it is, your authentic self, who you would be in the presence of God. And if God didn't really care how you looked, because God's looking on your heart, He doesn't care what you wear. I mean, you're wearing something. It would be weird if you weren't wearing something. Just because it's weird in your culture specifically. If it wasn't weird in your culture, would it be weird? Probably not. Probably not at all. Probably God wouldn't care. It would only be weird if it was weird to you, I guess. I think. So there you are, standing before God, exhausted or whatever it is, elated, happy, however you feel. There you are, in your humble shoes. And you're there, and there He is, and it's like, oh, why was it like that? You know? Or you just talk about your day. Here is what's going on. And He's like, what happened? Here's what's going on. This person's doing this, and this person's doing this, and all the stuff, right? You can be your true expression self. So prayer is super, super helpful. Helpful to recognize you. And probably kids who do it their whole life don't recognize that much that self-knowledge has been giving them. Sometimes stepping away from it means they stop praying. And their life starts to get worse. So everyone in the church is like, oh my gosh, see? Never leave. There's some really good benefits. And if there's good benefits, okay, by their fruits you shall know them. There's good benefits. It kind of helps you know them. Like, it's not all bad. Not all good either. I don't blame anyone for leaving the church. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And does that just mean throwing yourself across a pool of lava that is slowly creeping imminently toward your friends who have their feet stuck in a crag of a rock and they can't get out? But if you throw your body and divert the lava, you would save the friends. Would you do that? Would you do that? That would be horrific, right? You're laying there as the lava slowly creeps towards you, and then it starts to slowly burn your flesh and slowly burn you to death while your friends are there screaming, horrified, and you're there likely horrified that you're doing this. Who would you do that for? I think that shows a lot about where you're at. And it's okay to be where you're at. Likely, I don't know. I think we're all striving to be the one to lay down the life for the friends. That seems like a positive character trait, but why is that? Why would it be a positive character trait to be willing to lay down your life for your friends? I don't know. One thing I've thought is because I'd be willing to lay down my life for my kids. If it was my little children or even my grown children with their foot stuck in a crag, I would do it. Just one look at them would be enough to it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, it would be a huge problem. Logically, it would be quite painful, but it wouldn't be a problem to make the decision. The decision is already made. That's the kind of thing. It's and that objectively benefits my life. I'm having a benefit in my life for just having that perspective in regards to my kids. It's love, it's connecting and binding and helps us through the hard times. Because there's always going to be conflicts or maybe, I don't know, misbehavior is happening, right? So you have love in your heart is like the glue that binds you to be able to treat them properly when they misbehave, because misbehavior is so annoying. But when you have the love, you can refocus and be like, okay, kiddo, here's why we don't want to do that behavior. It's logically worse for everyone if you spit on the floor. Do you want to step and spit? No? Well, then you shouldn't spit on the floor. And that took a long time to convince them that we want to, logically, as a family, do unto others as we want done unto us, because it makes sense. Is that indoctrination? It's culty. But it just logically makes sense. And I'm open for dialogue. If one of my kids is like, hey, you know how you taught us that? Well, you were dead wrong. It logically makes sense to do unto others as they've done unto you. And I'm like, okay, how so? And they explain their flawed argument. And I say, well, I don't know. Here it is. We go down the rabbit hole. You would, okay, would you want do you want to live in a world where there's not spit on the floor? When you look into your true heart, if you're truly just answering your true nature, not because you're trying to get back at the person yes, I would. You truly probably don't. I think there would be a small minority of people who might, but most people, it's very easy to understand. Nobody would want the spit on the floor. Even if somebody else did it, logically, I don't know, it would be a better rabbit hole. Is when it's happening, it's better. I know that didn't make a lot of sense but anyway, the point is, you can just reason with a kid. I mean, over time, we just have developed morality that it is logical and reasonable to do unto others as they would have done unto you. It makes sense. They all want that to happen. We've sat down and discussed this multiple times. Many people have objective. We've brought our arguments, and they said, okay, it logically makes sense. Even if it's just because it's my house rule. And it's well, this is my house, though. There have been kids who have had to follow it just based on that. Mostly, they're in agreement that we want to do unto others as we would want done unto us. So we can base laws around that. Laws and things in the family.